Leaves start turning, it starts getting cold. And you know round ball just right around the corner. We got a common friend of Dad and I. Okay. Was Eddie Payne. Oh yeah. Eddie, I used to broadcast Eddie's games. Yeah. Used to coach against Luke, so knew them.
I was assistant at Armstrong Atlantic State. Jeff Burke came back when he won it with those times back in the mid 2000s. So Luke was on the team.
Yes. Well, one of my highlights was going up to when Upstate came up and played an exhibition game with Kentucky, and one of my former players, Jay Free, was playing on the team then. Was get to come up and broadcast one from Rupp Arena and all. But I always thought a lot of your dad, and still do. Okay, it's over here in this bag right over there, Coach Tony, the one you use there. How you doing? I'm Coach Cox.
Doing good, Brian.
Nice to meet you. All righty. Well, I think we're ready to get started here.
Man. You move it over some?
I think we're good. We're probably good here, though. Come on over this way just a little bit on me there. Now we got everybody in the picture here. All right.
Tight.
We have Coach G.G. Smith, and G.G., I'm going to let you introduce your player you have with you today.
How we doing? We have Bryant Randeman, who's our starting point guard. He's a senior this year, so he's been pretty much our starter since his freshman year, so he's here representing us today.
Okay. First question, and I'm going to kind of fire them back and forth at you here, sitting in the middle. What made you want to be a coach?
Well, obviously with my background, my pedigree, I've been around, college coaching my whole life. My dad being Tubby Smith, and when I was younger, I always told my parents I didn't want to get into coaching, but as any other kid, didn't listen to my parents, and I wanted to get into coaching. But I played basketball my whole life. I played in college, played in high school, so coach is where it's going to be. I've seen what the profession has done for my family, what the profession has done for my dad, and so I'm very fortunate to be coaching.
Okay. All right. On your side over here, though, what is the most important thing that you would want anybody, if somebody did not know you, that you were the point guard, certain point guard there, what's the most important thing you want people to know about you?
I would say that I do a great job of connecting with the players and with the coaches and sort of mending that relationship between the players and the coaches, and being that coach on the floor for Coach G, and being that voice for the team for my players. So that's something I want them to know.
Okay. All right. You stepped in last year in the middle of the season, had to go in there. Does it make it any easier when you follow a legend in a coaching situation for that legend to be your dad? Well, or does it make it tougher?
It makes it a little tougher. Obviously, I've taken over for a pretty good coach before, at Jimmy Patsos at Loyola, Maryland, and there was some big shoes to fill. But obviously, this past year, taking over for the legendary Coach Tubby Smith, who happens to be my dad, it's going to be a challenge. And so far, you just got to you have to be yourself and just do the things you need to do to prepare your team and try to win as many games as possible.
Okay. What's your favorite part? What do you like most about playing basketball?
I would say the competition is probably my favorite part. I'm a huge competitor, and going out and working hard in your game all summer, you want to be able to prove and show off your hard work throughout the training camps and everything. So I would say competing and seeing what you've been working on improve day in and day out.
Okay. All right. What do you define as being a successful season? Does that mean win the conference championship, certain amount of games, or what's your definition of what a successful season would be for y'all?
Well, obviously, being a successful season, obviously you want to win as many games as you possibly can. The ultimate goal is to win a championship. But in the end, you just want to make sure your team gets better. We just preach about just trying to get 1% better every day. Just try to do the best that you can, and the results are what they are. So that's all you can do. If you go out there, you play your hardest, you give us your best, that we know the results are the results.
Okay. All right. Playing basketball, what was it that inspired you to want to be a basketball player?
I have a lot of family members that play basketball, so probably growing up watching my uncles and people around me play basketball pretty much inspired me to want to go out and be good at the game too.
Okay. All right. I I guess I'm biased because I was a college and high school coach for 37 years. Basketball was my love. What do you think makes basketball, sets it apart from all other sports?
I don't know, just the continuous motion. It's not like, there's no pauses in it. You don't get the huddle for 30 seconds and go call a play. It's just so fluid. The athleticism out there. It's a skilled game. You got to be in shape. You got to have some size. Just a lot of factors into it being a basketball. That's why the game of basketball is just a fun game. The ball goes through the hoop. You hear that swishing thing. That's what I love about the game of basketball.
And again, to me, people want to talk football and stuff like that. I think the best, greatest athletes are your basketball players, because you can stick a big old fat guy out there on the football field and let him plug a hole or something like that. But it's a fast game, though, so that's why it's always been my favorite and always will be my favorite game. All right, you are the point guard. You've got to run the offense out there. What do you think, as far as leadership qualities, do you think you bring to your team being the point guard?
I feel like I'm mentally strong. I feel like I'm always level, never get too up high in the highs, never get too down low in the lows. And I feel like I'm that calm, poised point guard that you would want on your team.
Okay. All right, what's a G.G. Smith typical practice like? If we were to walk in, what would we expect to see?
Well, first thing you're going to see a bunch of guys competing. I think we do a great job of competing in practice. We got some guys that really come to practice ready prepared. We're really going to play hard. We're going to play tough. We're going to play hard man-to-man defense. We're going to play a little faster this year on offense. So you're going to see a combination of those things. But you're going to see a team that's going to really rebound the ball. They're going to grind it out. They're going to play tough, and we're going to be physical.
Okay. All right, I'm going to ask you some lightning round questions now, and this is going to be your either or right there, and I'm going to get both of you on these. And I'll go first over here. Would you rather practice early in the morning or late at night?
I go early in the morning.
Okay.
So you can have the rest of the day to do whatever you need to do.
Okay. Now, would you go, when I say early in the morning, would you be willing to go in for like some of these? I remember some coaches like John Chaney used to go, 5 or 6 in the morning. There, that early in the morning, or how early in the morning?
I say about 6, 7 would be the earliest.
Okay. All right, Coach, how about you? Would you rather practice in the morning or at night?
I'm definitely a morning person. Like Brian just said, I like, just to get it over with, what's the early bird? The early bird gets the worm, and so you just want to try to get it in. So you have the rest of the day. I got a family. I can hang out with my family. I can make some recruiting calls. You definitely want to go early in the morning.
Okay. All right. Next, either or right here. Would you rather have cool uniforms and a bad arena to play in, or would you rather, and I know you've got a state-of-the-art arena, and ugly uniforms?
Well, I just think, like Deion Sanders says, if you look good, feel good, you're going to play good. So you want to have the nice uniforms. And I think I want to play some nice gear.
You, a man after my own heart. I used to design every one of our uniforms, and that was one of the fun parts of my job. All right, you want the cool uniforms, or you want the cool arena?
I want the cool uniforms too. I agree with Coach. Look good, feel good, play good.
And I agree with that. I think that's true in a lot of ways. All right, would you rather be tall and slow or short and fast?
I go tall and slow. Height is a big thing nowadays, so as long as you're tall, you could work with a little something.
All right, I watched you play. Yeah. You were short and fast, right?
I was short and fast, but I would like to somehow be tall for one time. I'm only 5'10", so it'll be nice to be tall one time.
Okay, I'm in that same boat. All right, would you rather be the mascot for a day or the manager for a day?
Mascot for a day.
Okay.
Mascot,
yep. Okay. Managers' jobs are hard right now. Okay, would you rather lose a championship or never make the playoffs?
It's hard just to get in there. It's hard to get into a championship game. You still want to get there, even though you have that bad taste in your mouth. You still want to get there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I will go lose championship too. Just being able to get there, and I think probably losing it would give you a lot of motivation for the next season.
All right, and I'm going to give you a separate one from him on the last one right here. For you, would you rather play the first 30 minutes of every game, or the last 10 minutes of every game?
I'd rather be in for the last 10.
When the game's on the line.
When the game's on the line, that's what I want to be in.
All right. Coach, the last thing I want to ask you today is, as far as, would you rather be a forgotten coach with a great record or a famous coach that never could win a big game?
I just want to be just a coach that won a lot of games.
That won
just
a lot of games. Didn't
I don't have to be
fame
known,
doesn't mean
yeah,
anything.
Yeah, fame doesn't mean anything. It's not about the wins and losses. It's about, it's about just doing the things that you can do for the kids and helping the kids out.
Well, we appreciate you being with us today and wish you the best of luck, and we look forward to seeing High Point. And tell your dad we said hello, too. Tell him that the two old farts in a cart want him to come down here and play with us sometime now that he's playing golf. Thank you. Y'all have a real good day today.
All right. We couldn't hear anything in these. I don't know if that worked.
You could not hear? I will turn you up then.
Right, we'll take you to your next one.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Hold on 1 second here. Let me flip to our next person. Okay, all right. Hang on 1 second here. We'll be ready to go. Good. Our new name's up on the screen right here. Here we go. We'll take those off. Okay, can everybody hear okay? Can y'all hear me?
Am I supposed to hear you through the speaker?
Yeah, let me turn you up.
Now I can.
Now we do.
We
Can you hear me okay? All right, we have got our next group with us today, and the group of ladies are from Winthrop, I believe, if I'm correct on that.
That you are correct. Good morning.
Good morning. Coach, how about you introducing your player you have with you so that I don't butcher her name right off the start?
You and me both here.
Yes.
Excuse me, Leonora Pisana.
Okay.
I did it right, Leo?
You did well
it
on
right.
We
that.
can say AKA Leo, if that makes it
Leo?
easier for you.
Leonora. I got that right, didn't I? Very good. All right. We're starting out good. All right. Well, first of all, welcome to the Coach's Corner. We're glad to have y'all with us today, and we're going to have some fun over here. Going to fire a few questions back and forth at you. First question goes to you, Coach.
Okay.
What made you want to be a coach?
You know, it's interesting. I wanted to give back to the game. I was a little hesitant in wanting to be a coach because I don't want to necessarily coach someone like me because I was a knucklehead for Pat Summitt. But
Well, I bet you've got some great Pat Summitt stories.
I got some stories for you. But I'm so grateful to be in this game, and God, it's year 20 for me.
Wow. I went 37,
Oh wow!
and then I got smart and finally got out of it.
Well,
And I'm doing this now.
Look, it's great to be still a part of the game, though, right?
That's right. That's you find ways when you get out of coaching to still be a part, and that's when you put on one of these headphone sets.
All right.
All right, Leonora, I'm going to get over to you right now. What is the most important thing you would want anybody who didn't know you to know about you?
I would say that as a player so as personality or player?
Both.
Because as a player and personality, I think both of them is like my energy. I'm a person that loves to have energy, to be happy around other people, and that I can show that in the game, that I want to motivate all my teammates and be there for them. And I think that's the most important thing that people need to know about me.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, Coach, what do you love most about coaching?
The relationships. It's always always a roller coaster at times because you're just trying to get to know people from their different walks in life. But nothing means more when they call you after they're done and thank you for the experience that you've given them and the life lessons that you've taught them, because it's just more than just basketball. It's getting to know who that person is and how you can impact their life.
Okay. All right, what is your favorite thing about playing basketball? What do you like most about playing basketball?
I would say the experience, that like all the moments I keep in my head, and in the future I'm going to think about, I'm going to tell my kids about, like all the moments, all of the experience, all of the friendships, all of the people that I'm going to know, all of the lessons I'm going to learn. I think that's the best thing that you can learn and get from basketball.
Okay. All right, Coach, former player, Coach. Now, what do you think? I think basketball is the greatest game, greatest sport. I coached football too, but I was
I'll
a
agree with you.
basketball. Is what I went to school to do. Right there. What sets basketball apart from all the other sports?
What sets basketball
Makes it the best. And
makes
sets
it
it
the
apart.
best? Oh gosh. Well, I think we go the longest.
Yeah.
I mean, now that we're starting in July, and we're around these student athletes. Even though the season ends in March, we're still a part of their lives because we're starting back up with training until they leave in May. So I think we get more time with these guys just to see them their growth patterns. So I think that makes it even more special because we're so intimate. We're around each other. We literally have to become family members with one another.
That's true. That is true. And in my opinion, second Christmas every year is March Madness.
Yes.
That's when March Madness brings April sadness is
That
what
is
I go
correct.
through with that too. All right, jumping back over here to Leonora on here. What lessons has basketball taught you that you can carry over to your life off the court?
I didn't think about it, but one of them that's coming to my mind is probably like how to learn how to be with other people, how to be surrounded and work with other people, whether your teammates, your coaches. Learn how that life is not always easy, and in basketball it's the same thing. Like, we have to figure it out, like when coaches are being hard on you, when practice is not being good, like you have to learn, like I think it helps on like lesson lives, you know what I mean? And I think that's what basketball has taught me the most.
Definitely teaches you lessons that make you be a better player in the game of life right there.
Could I chime in real quick?
You sure can.
I mean, especially for a young lady who is, making the ultimate sacrifice of leaving her family and coming over here, being in a different country because
Right.
she is from Portugal. Like,
I didn't think she was from North Carolina.
Yeah, right. So she's having like some big time lessons that she's learning how to survive, and she doesn't get that freedom to like some student athletes where Christmas break they actually get to go to the home of their family. Like, this is a big time commitment from her literally from July all the way until May. So that's big.
That would be tough. That would definitely be tough there. I know my daughter lives in California, and I only get to see her just a couple of times a year, so that does make it tough there. All right, we're going to jump into some quick lightning round questions right here
Let's
for
go.
you.
Let's go.
All
let's
right,
go.
right here. Would you rather practice early in the morning or late at night?
Morning.
Morning.
Both of you morning. I am not a morning person, but I like to do other things late at night, so on the town there. All right, would you rather have cool uniforms and a bad facility to play in, or would you rather have a state-of-the-art facility to play in and ugly uniforms?
It's a hard one because I kind of like to feel comfortable while playing, so I might just use good uniforms and bad facilities.
And I
Okay.
would agree with that because I'm going to make that bad uniform look beautiful.
Hey, that's
I'm going to light it up, baby. Let's
I
go.
designed all of my uniforms from scratch. I never ordered out of a catalog.
There we go.
We may not play worth a hoot, but we look good and just told everybody we're having a bad day.
That's right.
Was what we went through right there. Okay. Would you rather play on a team with a lot of veterans on your team or a team with a lot of young, energetic teammates? And that's play for you and coach for you.
Energy teammates.
Young,
Yep.
energetic team. Veteran team or young, energetic team?
I'm going to go with the young because the old ones, man, they take forever to warm up.
Okay. All right.
They do.
Would you rather be I'm gonna go with you first on
Okay.
this one. Would you rather be the mascot for a day or the manager for a day?
Manager, baby, because I can do it all. I'm ready to go.
Mascot or manager?
Mascot. That's
I
my
agree.
personality.
I agree with that one.
Managers have to work too hard. I'd rather be the mascot
mascot.
clowning around having a good time. Well, he's giving me the wrap it up sign right there. But nice to have met you. Good luck on your season, and Coach, look forward to seeing you in year 20 coming up.
All right,
We're
thank
going
you
to get
so
a quick
much.
group picture here,
Thank
and I
you.
hope y'all have a
Appreciate it.
great rest of the day. Coach Tony, you
Appreciate
want to get our picture right here? So Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
Good job, Leo. Your first one, baby.
That was not that bad.
Thank you so much.
Have a great year. No problem. No problem.
All right, you got a quick break?
Yes.
I was like, what is this?
So far, so good. Get everything squared away here. Yeah, I got it right here. It's any time now.
Rubber's running. That's what they told us last night, right? Yeah, of course. I'm here too late.
It's 9:32.
I can't say for sure either way.
I'm gonna go get the yard. Here for anything. They got all kinds of like pastry and stuff like that.
I walked down there and get something too real quick.
How are you? Right, how are you? Okay, fantastic. It was a boring game. So it wasn't a lot of fun to watch. Yeah, no, it was a great game. Okay. 29. Well, in reference to the game. Yeah, sure. Anything else I probably can't help you with. It's me. Yep. Spartanburg's finest, day 6-4. Fantastic. A little more relaxing than last time. A little more vigor in the brought you in for the big games. Brought you out of the bullpen for the big ones. Savvy lucky.
We have a little break in the action right here, but we'll be getting back to action in just a minute there. And our next group up that we'll have today will be Mark Prosser, who is the head basketball coach at Winthrop, and he's got one of his players, Corey Hightower, with him. He's not got Corey Hightower. Okay, we will make that. Okie dokie, we will change that. Let's see, for Winthrop, Chase Claxton. Okay, all right. We had a change on that. So disregard on our screen right there. So there's the man with the plan right here. Pretty good. How about you? Good to see you. Sometime today we have to have a chat. I'm following up on your chat. That will not be our on-the-air chat, but we will have a chat. Yes, we do. So we are waiting here that we have a change that for Winthrop in our next interview. We've got, this is probably the only break we got until lunchtime right here, right now. That we, kind of the format here is that this year a little bit different, that we have a player and a coach that are with us. And we're gonna excuse me, and have kind of like a quick segment of asking them a few questions, and we get to our lightning round questions and kind of go from there. So, again, you are watching live today from the Big South Basketball Media Days for the men's and women's. We're glad to be with you. We will be with you up until about 11:30, and we'll take an hour break, and then we will come back after that. And we'll finish out with the afternoon session right here, though. But all the teams are represented. Everybody is all dapper, dressed up today. The players are. And, again, some of the players, this is the first time they've done anything like this. So our goal is to try to make it fun for them. As you can see, I brought my toys with me today. And we've got our light-up basketball. We're going to go ahead and change the colors of the ball to red for Winthrop. Their team colors, let's see, let me get the green off. That's Upstate. But our basketball is now red for the Winthrop Eagles, though. So.
Ready for them to come over and sit down?
We're ready. We're ready to go. We'll put one on each side.
Jason went that way?
Okay. How you doing? I'm Coach Cox. How you doing? Dick Cox. All righty, welcome to the Coach's Corner here. You are amongst coaches right here that we're both coaches from Spartanburg. Up with you today, though, and just briefly want to go over, we got Coach Mark Prosser over here, and he has brought one of his forwards on his team. He's got Chase Claxton. So welcome to the Coach's Corner with us here today, though. Coach, we're going to throw some quick questions at y'all right now. The first one I want to throw out to you right now is, what made you want to be a coach?
Wow.
We're going to slide you over this way.
So, I mean, even so I'm in the shot, it's better off
so
probably
in
with
the
me
shot,
out of it.
we can see that we got everybody in there now.
You know, I sort of knew at a young age that coaching was something I was interested in. It was just something that I grew up around when I was very young. My father was a high school coach, and as I got older, he sort of progressed from high school into college, and ended up coaching at a really, really high level of college basketball. So I sort of got that bug, listening to recruiting conversations and getting to know kids like Chase that when I was little treated me great, and I'll never forget how those experiences sort of happened and grew over time, and just being a part of young men's lives and things like that was something that was a lot of fun to watch. And so, I knew very early on, but I didn't know at what level necessarily or anything like that. But it's worked out better than I could have ever imagined, and getting to be around guys like Chase Claxton every day is it's really a pleasure. It's really an honor to be part of those guys' lives, and wouldn't trade it for anything.
And as Gigi mentioned there, sometimes the son of a coach says, I'm not going to be a coach there. But he kind of quickly changed his mind, too, after saying that.
I think a lot of coaches tell their sons, you probably want to do something different besides
Yes.
besides this for a living. So, but yeah, it gets in your blood, and it's hard to turn down.
All right, Chase, a lot of our viewers out there, this is the first time seeing you. What's the most important thing you would want them to know about you?
That every single time I'm on the court, I'm going to play as hard as I possibly can. My team is going to get everything they can out of me, no matter what the coach is asking of me. I'm going to be able to do it.
Okay. All right, Coach, what do you love most about coaching?
It's one of those things that, and we tell our kids this, it literally is fun for me to go to work every day. What do they say? Like, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. It's just, it doesn't feel like work. We have a locker room full, and we been fortunate over a lot of years in coaching to have a locker room full of really, really good people. And if you have that, when you get to walk into work every day, even as things pop up, and they will, and that's everybody's profession. But if you have good people around you, and hopefully you have that mutual respect, and those relationships grow. It's not really work. it's you go in and we try to get a little better and practice and certainly try to help as much as we can, so that their collegiate career, their time at Winthrop is really, really special, and that's our job. And on the court, off the court, and just hopefully making their college experience as much fun as possible. We only get to do it once.
And I can't tell you the number of times that my beautiful wife and beautiful daughter have told me, Dad, you don't work. You just play all the time, when I was a coach for 37 years.
There's a lot of truth to that.
In a lot of ways, yeah, but they don't see a lot of the other things
Sure.
you have to deal with, too, though. All right, Chase, what's your favorite or most the thing that you like most about playing basketball? What's your favorite part of it?
It's definitely the competing, because like I compete in anything I do. It doesn't matter if I'm playing 2K, playing Connect 4. I'm gonna compete and I'm gonna want to win. I'm gonna be mad if I lose. Like I play anything I play it to win. So that's what I love about basketball.
I did that too, and I was cutthroat. I never let my daughter win when we played, and all. Which she's a lot like her dad. She's a competitor. She's tough though, but sometimes that is good. The competition you get into.
Sure.
All right, Coach. What is the most important character building qualities that you try to teach your players?
Wow. I think each player is different. And I think each team is different, and your identity and as a team sort of grows. And, I think Chase will be the first one to tell you we're still getting to know and, who this team is, who this team's going to be. And I think, every player is different. Every player has, every student athlete really has a different background and strengths and weaknesses and things that we can help, hopefully, on a day-to-day basis, help them with. And there's things that we have weaknesses with. And, I think Chase knows this. I mean, there's times where, there's things that we may not see as coaches, or we may lack in some ways, coaches, and I think our guys understand that they can come and talk to us about the same things and help us with some things too. So I do think when it's healthy, I think it's a two-way street. It's us helping them, it's them helping us. For like we said before, obviously for them to have our kids to have an unbelievable collegiate experience. But then at the end of the day, to be successful and win games, that's our goal as a basketball team. And I think it's when everybody's involved in that, I think it's most successful. And I think it's the most fun that way. We always want to be player-led, and and we say it often, and Chase is one of our captains, and we know that when those guys lead, the coaching staff, myself included, will follow.
Okay. All right, Chase, what has basketball taught you that you can carry over to life off the court?
It's taught me how to work with anyone at all, from any different background. It doesn't matter. Like, as a team, you have to come together for one collective goal. In the workplace, you have to come together for one collective goal. So it taught me that lesson.
Okay. All right. Coach, what do you define as a successful season going into this season? Is it a set number of wins? Is it winning the championship? Is it playing your best? Or what do you define as a successful season?
Yeah, it's like I said, I think it's always for our kids to have an unbelievable experience. I think the season's a long season. What student athletes and whether they want to admit to it or not, but what student athletes have had to go through over the last several years with the pandemic, with missing games, with having to, and now the way that the world is with social media and the access that people have to our young people, it's difficult, right? I mean, on a day-to-day basis, I think the things that our kids have to deal with, is new, and no student athletes, in the history of college athletics have had to deal with some of the things that this group of kids have had to deal with. So, first and foremost, we want them to have a great time. I mean, we say it a lot, as you get into practice, it can become sort of the dog days a little bit, right? And it's, can we still find that joy and have fun every day in practice and like Chase said, and have fun competing, because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. And, there's a lot of teams that might go through the year and have a lot of fun and lose every game. That's certainly not what we want to do, but, with that joy, obviously, in our program, there's an expectation of championships. That's just comes from guys like Chase that has, he has 2 rings, and a lot of people and coaches and players that have come before us that have put this program on sort of a national stage, and we always know that's the expectation. Obviously we were disappointed that we didn't finish the job last year. What our team sets as our team goals, like I'll leave to those guys to either talk about, or certainly with things that we talk about in our locker room, we'll leave it at that and let those guys talk about it if they want. But we expect to hang banners at Winthrop, and certainly I think hopefully Chase can attest to this. We want to have a great time while we're doing it.
Sure.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, if I come to a Winthrop game this year, tell me what should I watch? What skills do you bring to the court?
Oh.
What's your strong points?
Is this just Chase, or is this our whole team?
That would be him.
Just Chase.
I want to know what.
How much time do we have? Chase might just start going.
All right, I'll start the clock.
You're going to see an elite defender. You're going to see an extremely hard worker, I'm going to play extremely hard, but you're going to see an elite defender every single time on the defensive end.
Okay. All right. That will be one thing that I look for. As a coach, would you rather be known as a great recruiter or a great strategist?
I think if you're going to be successful at any level of this profession, I guess in the collegiate level, you don't have to recruit much at the professional level. Chase knows the professional level better than I do, but I think you have to be a little bit of both. I think there's a lot of things that go into being quote a great either one of the things you just said. Certainly, we're fortunate at Winthrop that we have a very attractive name and brand that we can sort of sell in recruiting, which we don't really have to sell because it sort of sells itself. And the things, the tradition, the facilities, the resources that we have are very, very nice, and I think it's highly attractive. And you can be a really poor recruiter, and I may be, but you can attract pretty good players if you have some resources and things like that. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing with X's and O's, and you can draw up the greatest play in the world if you don't have players to make the play. It doesn't look it doesn't look quite as pretty. So again, these guys make us look good, right? I mean, we're not. I promise our coaching staff isn't going to make any baskets this year. We're not going to get any rebounds. We're not going to take any charges like Chase does or anything like that. These guys, what they give and what they do on a day-to-day basis, it's all about their efforts. So, if anything, it's certainly not about making us look good at either one of the things that you mentioned. It's about, the willingness and the skill level and the work that these guys put in, and that's make all of us look good, I guess.
And you were saying too that it was kind of funny that I used to always show my team when we go on away games on a chartered bus. I always took the movie Hoosier. That was my favorite movie. I love Hoosiers. I'll watch it. I've watched it 50 times or more. But my players used to always say, "Coach, why don't you put in the picket fence?" And I used to tell them, "You bring me Jimmy, and I will."
Sure, yeah, absolutely. We play a little differently than that, but and we don't even have. I don't even think we have. Some of the buses now don't even have like DVD players anymore.
Oh, really?
It's all like satellite stuff, and
okay.
But we still have the opportunity to watch some TV. But everybody's on their own personal stuff now, so we haven't watched movies in about a decade.
All righty, we're going to do lightning round questions real quick. Got a couple of them for both of you, either or questions. All right, Chase, would you rather practice early in the morning or late at night?
Definitely late at night. I don't really like early mornings.
I am not a morning person either. I had to get up at 5 this morning, and I can't tell you when the last time. I'm usually doing good. I got up yesterday morning about 10:30 or 11. I said, it'll be lunchtime tomorrow about this time. I'll finish most of the day, though. So you're like me. You'd rather go later. How about you, Coach?
Yeah, I would probably rather practice. It depends on what you mean by early in the morning.
Yeah,
but I'd probably rather go early. I think there's pros and cons of both. I think we probably can probably do some things a little bit later since we play our games. I guess half of our games, the Wednesday games, we play at night. Typically Saturdays they're a little bit earlier. So we could probably get a little bit of both in. That would be beneficial.
All right. Would you rather have cool uniforms and a bad place, just an awful arena to play in, or would you rather have a state-of-the-art arena and ugly uniforms?
I mean, your pictures are in your uniform. They're not focused on everything around you, so I'd rather have the cool uniforms for sure.
You're a man after my own heart. Coach, would you rather have state-of-the-art arena, or would you rather have the cool uniforms?
Yeah, I think probably the arena, just because you can change the uniform. You can change the uniforms. You can't really change the arena. So I think, and the great thing is our kids basically design our uniforms. So they get to tell us what looks good and what doesn't. So hopefully we're not in that situation.
Last question's a quick one. Would you rather be for a day? Would you rather be the mascot or the manager?
Wow.
Definitely the mascot. The mascot seems like they have a lot of fun.
That's right.
Yeah.
What would you rather?
There's no question. I'd be the mascot.
The mascot.
It's
The manager has to work too hard.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we've enjoyed having you with us today. Wish you the best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you. Coach Tony's going to take a quick group picture of us here, and then we're going to let you go those. Thank you, guys. Good
Great,
luck
thank
to
you.
you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. It's going to be fun. Yes, sir. We'll do it.
All right, I'm going to change the names on my screen. Come on over and have a seat. I'll pull your chair out for you. And I promise to put it back under you. How's that? There you go.
day to day. And every day.
Always.
There you go. Here we go. We look up here, make sure we got everybody in the picture. And Alex Simmons is our.
We're going to film a little bit.
You're going to film? Okay, great. I am too. Hey, this is good. All right, we have got continuing with the coaching staff for the women's basketball at Winthrop University, though. Coach, would you like to introduce your player that you have today, and then we'll go from there.
We have our preseason player of the year for the Big South Conference, Alasia Smith.
All right, that's a great introduction we've got right there, though. All right, rule number one is we're going to have some fun over here today. So you got to have fun. If you don't have fun, then I haven't done my job. All right, why did you want to become a coach?
I became a coach because in my last year at Tennessee, I was in a situation where I was the only senior with a team full of freshmen and sophomores. And I think that kind of developed my leadership skills in that 1 year. To be honest with you, after my 5th year, I didn't know what I was going to do. And I had the opportunity to become a GA at the University of Kansas. I took advantage of it, and it just kind of skyrocketed from there.
Okay. All right, my first question for you is, well, you just got this great introduction for Player of the Year. First of all, does that put pressure on you, or does that give you confidence?
That just gives me so much confidence, honestly. It's just confidence.
Okay. All right. And I've slipped up. I'm from Gardner Webb. I need to say that. I looked at the red and was checking up on that, though, but I realized I made a mistake. I got to correct my mistake. All right. What's the most important thing you would want people to know about you? People that don't know you, what would be your most important thing?
My most important thing would probably be that I never gave up. I always tend to go hard in everything I do for everybody and just leave everything on the floor. So just everything I do, I just want people to know. Okay.
All right. All right, Coach, what do you think makes a good coach?
A great coach is somebody who is trustworthy, somebody that, you can depend on, you can lean on, more importantly. Just overall, somebody who is a good person. I think in our game and in our business, you have a lot of transactional relationships. So somebody that thinks relationships are important and puts relationships as their number one priority when it comes to coaches and players.
Okay. What do you like most about playing basketball? What's your favorite thing?
The dirty work.
The dirty work.
I love doing the dirty work. As a good thing, though. The dirty work as a good thing. Just battling. That's just all a part of why I love playing ball is just the battle.
The competition.
The competition.
That's I love it too. Okay. What do you think sets basketball? Basketball is the best sport, in my opinion. I had to coach football for a couple of years and stuff like that and enjoy that, but basketball's the greatest sport. What sets it apart from other sports?
Well, in basketball, you can slow it down if you want to. You can speed it up if you want to. There's so many styles that you can play on both ends, whether it's a man-to-man, a matchup zone, a basic zone, a run and jump full court. On the offensive end, you have your 5 outs, your 4 out 1 ends, your 3 out 2 ends. So there's just so many styles, and you can honestly be who you want to be in basketball. You can be one person on the court, and then you can be a totally different person off the court. So I think that's the unique thing about our game.
Okay. All right. Again, as we mentioned, you got the label on you for preseason player of the year right there. What leadership qualities do you bring to the court when you go on the floor?
My leadership quality would probably be I haven't really thought about that. I really haven't.
Are you a vocal leader, or do you lead by example, or what do you think? How do you lead on the floor?
I'll say all of the above.
Okay.
I lead vocally, also by my action as well. But yeah, just those two really.
All right, Coach, tell me what one of your practices, if I came in, tell me what a typical practice would look like.
A typical practice for us would be loud. We play a lot of music and some very loud music. Not my choice of music a lot of the times, but that's okay. You know, very much.
She's shaking her head.
Very much energetic, very fast paced. We're not a team. We're not a program who likes to waste time. So we move through things pretty quickly. I will tell you, you won't be in there very long as you're getting to business and getting things done.
Okay, that's good. I want to come to one of your practices.
Well, come on.
Then.
You're welcome.
And can I help pick the music? my players used to get upset because I love 70s music and the good old Earth, Wind and Fire and a lot of those groups there.
Yeah.
So. Nah,
they're not giving you the aux cord.
I get the cut. Okay. That's kind of what I got with my players, too, when I play. All right. What inspires you to play basketball?
My parents. My parents, and I'd say my nephews really just inspired me throughout all. Just playing for them is just giving back to what they have done for me as well. So my parents and nephews and all of them.
Okay.
My
All right.
bigger inspiration.
Family support is very important.
Yes.
All right, Coach, what are the most important character-building qualities that you try to teach your players?
Probably to be trustworthy, to be a great teammate, to have each other's back, and really just to work hard for each other. We emphasize, because of the way we play mostly, we emphasize having each other's back because we're going to make mistakes. Therefore, you have to have some forgiveness, and our forgiveness comes in helping each other. So I think those would be the main three, just being great teammates, helping each other, having each other's back.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go now to the lightning round questions. These are either or fun questions. All right. Would you rather practice early in the morning or late at night? Later at night?
Early in the morning.
You a morning person?
No, but early in the morning.
You want to get it behind you?
Get it.
Would you rather practice early in the morning or later on?
Early in the morning.
Okay. All right. Would you rather have cool uniforms and play in a bad facility, or would you rather have ugly uniforms and play in a state-of-the-art facility?
The ugly uniforms and the state of art.
You are the first one to say that today.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
All right, Coach, what would you rather?
I'm going to say I'd rather have the uniforms.
You look good, you play good. There you go. There you go. I'm from that same school, too. Would you rather be tall and slow or short and fast?
Tall and slow.
Okay. Get those rebounds in. Get to go into paint and battle it out. All right. Back for both of you here. Here's one. Would you rather be mascot for the day or manager for the day?
Manager for a day, because I'm not putting on a mascot head.
Mascot of the day.
Hey, mascot has fun. Managers, that's hard work to do that. I don't think I want to be manager. I really work my managers hard, but I'd love putting on that wacky suit and mask, and then people didn't know I could act crazy and get away with it then, though. All right. Would you rather lose a championship or never make the playoffs?
Well, if you never make the playoffs, you don't ever win a championship.
That's true. But, I mean, sometimes, though, you never make it. You make the playoffs but don't ever make it to the championship game. So would you rather lose a championship game or never make the playoffs?
No, I'm never making the playoffs.
Never making it.
Okay. All right. Next would be playing-wise. This one's for you. Would you rather play only the first 30 minutes of the game or only play the last 10 minutes of the game?
That's tough. I say the last 10 minutes of the game.
Game's on the line. Well, got to go with it there. All right. Coach, would you rather be coaching a college team or a pro team?
College.
I would never coach a professional team. You could not pay me enough to do that. All right. Would you, and this is kind of, you can use it to your own thing, would you rather be playing on a veteran team or would you rather be playing on a young, energetic team? And that part of the question would come to you will be, would you rather coach a veteran team or a young, energetic team? So you got a minute to think about it.
Okay.
I'd want to play on a
veteran team that you don't have to go back and correct and all and break them of their bad little habits coming out of high school and stuff like that, though. All right, Coach, young, energetic team or a veteran team that pretty much knows what to do?
Well, our veteran team got us here where we are today, so I'm going to go with the veteran team also.
Okay. And the last question today goes to you.
Okay.
Would you rather be a forgotten coach that had a great record or a famous coach that never won the big game?
A forgotten coach with a great record.
There you go. All right. Well, ladies, you have survived the Coach's Corner today, and I hope you have a great season this year. Good luck to you, and hope your dreams and the status of being the top dog on the block there can come true for you there. And Coach, enjoy having you with us there. Coach Tony's going to take our picture real quick.
Okay.
If he figures out the code right there. Thank you. Y'all have a great day today. Thank you for being with us.
Nice to meet you. It's going to be hard to live up to that. How you doing? Hey, good to see you again.
Slide in behind you right here in the middle. I'm a little small guy in the middle here. I'm glad we're doing this sit down.
Yeah. How you doing, Coach?
Good to see you.
Yeah. Good to see you.
All right, we'll slide y'all into the camera a little more. You can see when you're in the box right up here. We want to make sure and get everybody in with us here, and we'll start our clock right here. We have Gardner-Webb head basketball coach Tim Kraft with us and Kareem Reed. So y'all are right up the road from us in Spartanburg right there. And again, I've took graduate courses at Gardner-Webb, so I'm real familiar. And again, former Gardner-Webb coach was a good friend of ours, Jim Johnson. I think we've talked to you about that before there, though. All right, we're going to get things started right now. Coach, I'm going to fire the first question at you is, what made you want to be a coach?
Well, I think initially I just wanted to be around basketball. And I think when I was in high school, I wanted to coach basketball. I loved playing. I loved being around a game. That was the initial draw for me. It's just being around the game. As the years have gone on and you get older, then you realize that coaching can be a instrument to help impact your players and others around you. So hopefully we're focusing on that more than just being around a game now. But that was the initial why I wanted to be a coach. It's just because I love basketball.
Okay, that sounds good. What made you want to play basketball? And I got a pretty good idea. Now, how tall are you?
6'8".
6'8", okay. Only in my dreams was I 6'8". What made you want to play basketball?
My brother was a big part of me getting into playing basketball. I didn't really play basketball when I was younger. I usually just play video games but my brother, he took me to the park, played pickup here and there, and then, one day he had a coach back at home, which is now like one of my mentors. He, asked me to play in a couple summer tournaments with him, and from right then and there, I just, started playing basketball from there.
Okay. Coach, basketball to me is the greatest game. People talk this football junk and all like that and stuff, and I even coached it for a while. What do you think sets basketball apart from all other sports?
I love football too. I love watching it and grew up playing it a little bit. My brother is actually a high school football coach. I think the thing for the fans that's so cool about basketball is you're so close to the game. You're so the players are kind of right there up close and personal, and being able to kind of see their personalities on the floor, and I think that's pretty cool. But I love the thing I love about basketball is it's you know, to have success, you need everybody on the floor doing their job at the same time. And if two or three guys are out of sync, if one guy's out of sync, it's going to make it much harder to score, or much harder to get a stop. And the team aspect of the game is really special. And there's certainly other sports that obviously, football is the one that comes to mind with the team. I mean, it's so important, right? Everybody has to do their job. But I think basketball is like that. And, getting guys to be unselfish and understand that, every job is important. And I think it's a great game. And it's just an exciting game, the fast pace of it, and the very few stoppages of play, but just up and down excitement, I think makes it a fun game to play, coach, and be a fan.
And again, I can't tell you the number of times I told my team 5 guys playing together are hard to beat.
Yeah, exactly, no doubt.
All right, let's go back over to Kareem for a minute. Kareem, this might be the first time some of our viewers have ever seen you and may not know you real well. What would be the most important thing you would want them to know about you?
Really on how I see the game. One thing I can do, like when I'm on the court, is like, since I'm in like front court, back court, or whatever. I see the game in a different way of like other people. Like it slowed down on my mind on how like, I should be over here or I should be over there. So I think like that, like this is special about me.
Okay. All right. That's good. All right. Coach, we know society, which is that cruel word right there, what they look at success as being. But what is your definition of a successful season?
Well, I think it's the same every year. We want to be able to maximize our ability as a team. Can we become the best team that we're capable of becoming? And, I don't know if you ever fully know that, but you can certainly feel that you've improved and you've gotten better and you've been able to handle the ups and downs and adversity throughout the year. But that's the daily goal for us. Hey, can we get the most out of every opportunity to improve? And, then at the end of the year, can we look back and say, we've fully realized our potential as a team. And, maybe you won a championship at the end, or maybe you didn't. But you're able to look back and say, wow, like, we were really able to improve. Every guy got better. We believed in each other. We stayed connected throughout the ups and the downs. And, I think if you can look back and say that you did those things, then and that your players grew on and off the court, then you can feel like it was a successful season.
Okay. All right. Kareem, getting back to you right now, what has basketball taught you, or what have you learned from playing the game that you think carries over to being a better player in the game of life?
Just being patient, taking your time with with anything really. Don't rush into like situations that you don't know, that's not going to have a good outcome for you. So, just taking your time, really thinking through it, and we're just learning.
Okay. All right. All right, Tim, what are the most important character building qualities that you try to teach your players every year?
Well, I'd say first off, we're it's great to be at Gardner Webb, or we work at a Christian school, and so that's really important to me, is my faith in Christ. And we're able to communicate that to our players. We're able to try to teach them about a worldview that our staff has. That's a God-centered worldview, and so we're able to kind of teach through that every day. So I think that's really special, right? You can't do that at every school necessarily, but we're able to do that and are encouraged to do that. That would be number one. But, you know, other things that are just going to help you be successful at life, I think dealing with adversity. Kareem mentioned patience. I think that's important. You know, you got to be patient. You're not going to see results right away. You got to learn how to work and grow and embrace the process of whatever you do in life. And you're not always going to get the immediate results and the immediate success or satisfaction in life. But I think, you know, a work ethic, a consistency to how you order your day and how you attack your day, and then being able to deal with adversity. I think, you know, you've got to be able to do that. You've got to be able to get up and through the good and the bad days and bring your best effort. And then I think the ability to be unselfish. You know, one of our DNA qualities or our core values is selfless. And the older you get, the more responsibilities you have as it relates to family. You know, to be a husband, a good husband, to be a father, like you got to be selfless. It's not going to be about you if you want to do that well. And, you know, that's something that hopefully our players are learning how to do. And we've been fortunate just to have a lot of naturally kind of unselfish and selfless guys, but hopefully they're becoming more selfless and understanding how to you know, be able to do things for others and not be all about, you know, yourself.
Okay, that's great. Well, we're going to go, I've given the 2-minute warning just with flash. So we're going to jump into some either or lightning round questions right here. All right, would you rather practice early in the morning or late at night?
Early morning.
I'd rather go early too. Tonight we're actually late tonight, but I'd rather go early also.
Okay. All right, would you rather have cool uniforms and not play in a very nice facility, or would you rather have a state-of-the-art facility and ugly uniforms?
That's kind of hard.
It's hard. You want both, right?
Can't have both. You got to choose one, and that's either or.
Probably have a good facility.
Okay. Coach, what would you rather have?
I'd say the same.
Okay. All right. I know what you're going to say on this one. This one's for you. Would you rather be tall and slow or short and fast?
Tall and slow.
Okay. That's what you've been pretty much probably all your life. All right, here's a good one right here, though. Would you rather be the team mascot for a day or the team manager for the day?
That's easy.
I'd probably say manager because I was a manager in college.
Okay.
I'll probably be manager too.
I got to put the mascot suit on where I can be wild and crazy and get away with it.
That's true.
And
that's
all
true.
like that, too.
Let your hair down a little bit.
All right, this is a tough one right here. Would you rather lose a championship or never, ever make the playoffs?
I'd rather lose the championship.
Okay.
Than never make the playoffs.
Because at least you got to it.
Yeah.
Well, what would you rather? Same thing right there, too. All right. This is one for you right here. Would you rather play, if you could only do one of these two, play the first 30 minutes of the game or play the last 10 minutes of the game?
Last 10 minutes.
Okay. And let me jump on right here for the last one. Coach, this one's for you. Would you rather be a forgotten coach that people doesn't remember, doesn't know a whole lot about, who had a very good, successful record, or would you rather be a famous coach that never won a big game?
I don't care about being famous. You know, really, I want to have an impact on our players.
There you go.
You know, that's what I really want.
Okay. Well, I'm getting to wrap it up, so we're going to wrap it up. Best of luck this season. Enjoyed having you with us today. And
Thanks,
Coach,
Coach.
always a pleasure.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Coach Tony's going to take our picture real quick. Get our team photo here. Thank you. Y'all have a good day today.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm good.
Let's see. You're going to change the names on the screen. Now this is the people coming in right here that are, I'm an alma mater from USC Upstate.
Oh, fantastic. You're a smart man then.
I'll tell you, I'm going one further. I was the first full-time assistant women's basketball coach at USC Upstate.
You want to come back?
Hey, you might lure me out of it.
I got some room for you, brother.
I hear you there, though. So I'm alumni. This is the alumni table right here. So we have with us right now Jason Williams and Trinity Johnson wearing their green today and all like that, though. So welcome to the table, though. But I have a lot of great memories. I'm going to tell you one bad thing right there, that y'all are still playing in the same facility that I went to Upstate on basketball scholarship. We got to get y'all a new facility.
Hey, one day at a time. We're working on it.
We got to get that, though. So,
Yes.
but I had an enjoyable year. But that was, a lot of the Title IX celebration going on. That I was the first paid assistant coach for the female team, basketball team ever at USC Upstate. So that's my
Man.
claim to fame.
There we go. We're going to have a game in honoree.
There you go, right now. And actually, one of my pupils, I coached the men, too, that I coached James Holland.
Oh, really?
That I was there with James Holland, that I coached him for a couple of years. So he was one of my former players, too. So he's one of my success stories there, though.
There you go.
So, all right, we're going to go on and get started right now, though, with the first question goes out to our female player is, what is the most important? How you doing, Coach Dickerson?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. All righty. The men in green are here with me. That this is always a highlight and special time, though, that we have Dave Dickerson and Jordan Gainey. Jordan, a little background was I was a former assistant coach at USC Upstate, and I coached James Holland. The year I left was when Upstate won the national championship. So I went to the Upstate on basketball scholarship. I'm from Spartanburg, live in Spartanburg. So you guys kind of play a favorite role for me in this in a lot of ways. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump in real quick on some questions. All right, Coach Dickerson.
Yes.
Before you got the first question, why did you want to be a coach?
Well, because I wasn't good enough to be a player.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. You can have great knowledge of the game. I mean, that's the thing. When I got into coaching, I was playing behind James Holland, and Mark Henson was the other point guard.
Oh, wow.
And his dad was a coach.
Some great players.
And so I had a choice. They asked me, did I want to be a third point guard, or would I be interested in finishing out my career being an assistant coach? They needed one real bad.
Yeah.
And that's how I got the job at Upstate.
Yeah, I'm still honest with that, and in the sense that I was a great player in high school and went to Maryland and probably went too high out of high school, and my dad wouldn't let me transfer, so I had to stay there for all 3 or 4 years, but I still want to play. I still want to play in the NBA, but I just can't play. So coaching has been really good for me, and obviously why I got into coaching is because I wanted to do the things that my high school coach did for me and my college coach did for me. And obviously I wouldn't be here without my high school coach, Coach Ernest Nimmons, and the guys that coached me at the University of Maryland. So I wanted to do the same things to Jordan Gainey that they did for me back when I was in high school and college.
And don't let him talk himself down. I used to watch him play at University of Maryland on TV there. So he's a little bit better player than he lets on to. All right, Jordan, we got a lot of viewers, at least my beautiful wife in Spartanburg is watching. I know we got at least one viewer back in Spartanburg, though. But for somebody who did not know you, what would be the most important thing you would want them to know about you?
I'd say that I'm really just like a chilled, laid-back guy. Really, work ethic is key. I really try to accomplish all the goals that I have set for myself.
Okay. And while I've got you right here, before I come back to Coach Dickerson right here, preseason, I think one of the top 5 in the conference. How does that make you feel?
Made me feel pretty good, but really at the end of the day, it's just we all have one thing in mind. It's cool, but we have a bigger picture here at Upstate.
All right, Coach, you had a good run at the end of the year last year, and you had to make it through a lot of adverse circumstances, and we were so sorry to hear about your wife and all right there. But I know this is a game you've been around for a long time. What do you love most about coaching basketball?
Well, when you go through what I went through from January until March 2nd when my wife passed away, you treasure the guys you're around on a daily basis. And if you're going to go through what I went through, when you leave home, you want to make sure you're going to some good people. And the thing I treasure about, most importantly, is the guys that we have in the locker room, the guys that we have roaming campus, and the guys that we have in the dorms. And I love my staff. I love my team. And we have a good respect for each other. We play for each other. We respond to each other. And those are the things that I love. And obviously, for me, I need that village now. And my program in our university has been my village. And for me, but most importantly, for my son who's in the locker room with Jordan. He's benefited from all of that because I have great kids around him. They're raising my son, and my son has helped raising them, so it's been a good thing.
Okay. All right. What do you enjoy most about playing basketball?
Really just going toe-to-toe with my 5 guys versus the opposing team and really just competing is really the best thing about it.
All right. Let's see right here what my next thing is. What do you think makes you a good coach?
Jordan Gainey.
That always helped. That's what people used to tell me. He said, Coach, you did a good job. I said I had good players.
I mean, it's obviously I love the game, and I think that my guys understand that I love the game and that I'm somewhat of a perfectionist on a daily basis, and maybe I come off a little rough on the court sometime, but our guys know that I love them and I care about them, but the thing that always going to make me a good coach is going to be having guys like Jordan Gainey, having guys like Bryson Mozon and Dalvin White and Josh Aldridge, and having a group that we have in the locker room now, and just seeing those guys progress. Like, I'm a hard-working guy, and I came from nothing, from the lower state of South Carolina, and I made it to the University of Maryland, and so I always carry that badge of honor with me, and so I want to see guys work, and Jordan is a worker. I mean, it's unbelievable how soft-spoken he is, but how hard he works and how smart he is. And so I love to see that because I've coached guys like Juan Dixon, who was the 83rd player taken out of high school, and at the end of 4 years, after playing for me, under me, was a 17th player taken in the first round of the NBA draft. And we won the ACC championship, won the national championship with the 2 Final Fours. And so that's all, that's what's going to make me a good coach, is when I get guys like him who understand the deal.
Okay. All right, Jordan, you came in last year. You were one of the Freshman of the Year awards there and led the conference in three-point shooting right there. And I had a chance to see you play. I came up here and got to see y'all play in a tournament and saw a big win you had over Charleston Southern that day. Covered that game that day, though. Was glad to see you play, though. So you've had a lot of good things happen to you in your career, early career here, though. What inspires you to play basketball?
I'd say my family, friends, and just more so the vibe around just having the fun around playing basketball, and then just the love of the game, really.
Okay.
And it just inspires me to go out there every time, get better, and go and win games.
All right, that's good. What are the most important character-building qualities that you try to teach your team?
Well, we have a few things we talk about every day, which is all in, do your job, and we not me. And so that's the one thing that I think our guys understand. But the biggest thing that I try and talk to them about is being great teammates and being totally unselfish. And so I think if you can be great teammates and be totally unselfish, then the third thing is be there and be on time. Because if you can learn to be there and be on time, That helps your weak side defense. That helps your weak side offense. For people like you and I, when we watch a game, we're looking at the weak side. We're not looking at the ball, right?
There you go.
And so those are the things that I think if you can teach young men to be great teammates, to be totally unselfish, and to be there and be on time, then you have a chance to have some success.
Okay. All right. Well, I've been given the 2-minute warning, so
Okay.
we're going to jump into the lightning round questions, the either-or questions right here. All right. Would you rather practice early in the morning or later at night?
Later at night.
Late at night. Okay, Coach, which would you rather?
Afternoon.
Afternoon. You're going to jump in the middle right there. I tell you what, I don't do anything early in the morning. Like I say, I've been retired now going on 6 years, and I would have still been asleep. This time yesterday, I was still in the bed. So I ain't getting up no morning games.
Yeah.
All right, would you rather have a cool, really cool uniform and play in an old gym like the Hodge Center, or would you rather have a state-of-the-art facility and have ugly uniforms?
I'd rather have a nice uniform.
Okay, Coach, which you rather?
Well, I'd rather have Jordan Gainey again.
Wearing that nice uniform, playing in a good facility.
Wearing that nice uniform and giving us a chance to get a new facility.
Okay. All right. This one right here for you. Would you rather be the mascot for a day, or would you rather be the manager for the day?
Manager. I'd rather be.
You rather be the manager?
I'd definitely rather be the manager.
Hey, I got to be the mascot where I can put that crazy head on and I can act crazy, and people wouldn't know who it was then. They know when I'm crazy already. Though,
I want to be the manager. If I can't coach or play, I want to help the team be successful.
That's a hard job being the manager right there. Well, guys, we wish you the best of luck. Hopefully you will have us over that I talked last year, and they never called me back. We want to come over and cover you, and we're going to try to help with the facility and talk to them up here with the alumni, and they never called me back. I'm still waiting for that call, so I'm going to give you my number.
Well, I'm going to find that person you talked to. I'm going to make sure they call you this year.
Well, his name was Lenny Mathis. He was supposed to have called me and never contacted me. Your athletic director told me I would be hearing from Lenny, and never have heard anything from Lenny. So, because we want to give you some coverage, because the Spartanburg Herald Journal don't cover anything. See, we got our green basketball, but we want to cover you.
Well, when I get back, I'm going to be all over Lenny.
Okie dokie. Well, you get our team picture?
Yeah.
You got it. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
And look forward to, like I say, the Spartans hold a special place in my heart. So,
I had a great time. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day. His name up.
I see him every now and then. That's a great thing.
Hey, Kyle, how you doing? I gotta tell you a fun story.
Appreciate that. It'll be fun.
stuff going well? We're about to bring the level down here. Both sides. Okay, thanks, Dave. Appreciate being here.
That's you right there. All righty. Our next guest is a special guest. We have the commissioner of the Big South Conference. We have Kyle Callander with us. Well, let me welcome you to the Coach's Corner.
Thank you very much.
We always enjoy anything, opportunities we get to do with your conference. It's a lot of fun, and I always enjoy coming back and seeing James. James, one of my former players from when I was coaching at Upstate.
Is that right? I didn't realize you had that relationship. How about that?
Yes, we go back a long way.
That's awesome.
There, but I knew then he would be successful in whatever he did.
Well, he's a good man. He's done a great job for us. And, coming into the conference office as a former coach and never being an administrator before, he really embraced it, really took it on, and has done a great job for us.
Well, back then he was a coach on the floor.
Yeah.
I knew then he would be a coach.
Right.
And all, though, but he does a great job. Well, let's talk a little bit about you.
Do we have to?
Yeah, we got to. Tell us a little bit about your retirement coming up. Of what you're going to plan to do for your retirement, and a little bit about what led to the decision to retire.
Yeah, well, that's a great question, because I honestly, even though my wife and I have been talking about this and probably figured that this would be our last year for a couple of years, we've known that. We really haven't thought a lot about what happens when we get to July. And at this point, because it is 8 months away and we have a great basketball season to look forward to and so much still left to get done, I haven't really been focusing on it a lot. But I did want to make the announcement because I wanted our CEOs to have the opportunity to do their search right and get the right person in to follow me in the Big South Conference. And wanted to be able to plan appropriately. And I just didn't feel comfortable having it inside of me and not sharing it with people as well. So the bad news is I have to talk about it.
There you go.
And because I haven't thought about it as much, it's again, not sure exactly how it's all going to play out, but I'm sure when we get to the spring we'll focus a lot more on that. But I've been here 27 years. I've been in the business for 37, 8, something like that. And I will be 65 next year, so it just felt like...
We're the same age.
Oh,
I'm
good,
64.
Good. You look like you're 34.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you look like you're 33.
But just felt like I was never one that said it was going to work till I'm 70. I knew that there was other things I wanted to do. We have a special needs son at home who's with us, and my wife has just been an unbelievable champion and advocate for him. But it's been a load, and so it's time for me to be able to step up more and help out and participate in that, and really reprioritize in that regard. You try to balance things in your life and try to do that, but I've never been very good at that because this business is 24/7, 365 anyway, and you always want to make sure you're doing the right thing and doing it well, and so it's kind of hard to find that balance. So it's time. It's time for me to do that, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, I was a teacher and coach for 37 years, and I finally made that decision, and I made it before my last year. And what I did, and the kids got a big kick out of this, and I did it too, I started the clock on the chart, and I marked a day off every day. We had to erase, and we counted them down to the very end, though. But this is my 6th year of retirement. And I'm going to tell you what, it gets better every day. It took me a couple of years to figure what is this. And I learned you do what you want to, when you want to, if you want to. You don't have a bedtime at night. You stay up as late as you want to. Right. And I'll be ashamed to say that if I can get up in the morning somewhere around 10:30, I'm doing good. So I would have still been at home.
You certainly don't look like you're retired, for crying out loud. You're here working. We appreciate that. But I have a former commissioner friend who's told me this. yeah, it's great. I get to Sunday night. I don't feel like I have to get everything done because I can't do it tomorrow. I've got to work. I can just put it off till tomorrow.
Every day Saturday.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's the thing is that I have to go look at the calendar sometimes and say, what day is it today?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But I get to spend it with my beautiful wife. And we sit there and we have coffee every morning, which I never started drinking coffee till I retired.
Is
But
that
we
right?
drink coffee and watch old episodes of Leave It to Beaver.
Oh, that's great.
With the
That's
Cleavers can't solve the world's problem. Ward Cleaver can solve every problem, though.
Yeah.
But it is great there, though, and just enjoy, doing the things, whatever we need to do that day, we'll do it.
Yeah.
And if it's nothing on the schedule, you just kind of take it as it comes, though.
Yeah, that's right. That's what we're looking forward to. So we'll find that equilibrium and how we balance things at home, and then we'll see what else comes our way.
Do you have any bucket list items that now that you're going to be retired, things that you've always wanted to do that you want to do now?
Well, we've always enjoyed travel, so I'm sure we'll want to do that. My wife has always wanted to go on an African safari, so sometime we'll do that. It's not in the plans yet, but I'm sure at some point we'll do that, and we'll try to add a little travel. And there's a lot just in the United States we'd like to go and see. So we'll do that, and beyond that, I'm not opposed to looking at, like, you got projects, that you enjoy doing this and other things, and as they come along, we'll take a look at, as long as it's on my time and low stress. Those are my two requirements.
Your time, if you want to, when you want to, if.
That's right.
There. Those
That's
are the
exactly
things right there. So that's the new rules.
That's it.
That you play by.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the changes you have seen within the Big South Conference since you've been commissioner. And this give you a chance to talk about some of the things you've been involved with. And I think one of the great things y'all have done is bring the tournament here last year that I enjoyed coming to that. And just a lot of the changes you've seen in the years that you've been commissioner.
Well, it's pretty amazing because you think 27 years ago in 1996, when I came to the Big South, we did not have a website.
Wow.
The World Wide Web really had just started in the 90s, right? So the whole area of our digital presence, video streaming, everything has been developed, of course, in that period of time. We actually were looking at doing video streaming back in the late 90s, around 2000. And, of course, that we all know there was the dot-com bubble was growing at that point in time. There were companies that were looking to do it. But then, of course, everything burst. So we ended up not getting going for a little while. But we were one of the first conferences to have a digital network, a digital live video network. And so that was something I'm really pleased of what we've been able to do on the media side. Our relationship with ESPN is wonderful. We have a great linear package with them, Game of the Week on ESPNU in January and February for men's basketball. Not a lot of mid-major conferences have that kind of exposure. We've been able to grow revenues, partly through media, but through our corporate partnerships and working with our schools. And kind of common theme here is the culture we've built in the Big South Conference with our institutions understanding what we're trying to do to help them to get better, to get the exposure, has been really good. Their support, the resources they put into it has been really strong. So those are pieces that, as I look back over what we've been able to accomplish, has been really good. But when I came to the Big South Conference in '96, we only had 6 institutions that were committed to the league. So one of the charges was to expand. And so conference realignment has been a topic for 27 years in the Big South Conference. But what I'm really pleased with is the commitment of our institutions to this league. I feel great about the stability and the future of the conference. And we're talking about doing some expansion. But we've been able to really grow a strong and stable league, which I'm really pleased with.
Well, what will you miss most about?
Well, it's all about the people, and really going out on campus or going to the championships where we see our student athletes competing for that ring, competing for that trophy. Conference office work tends to be a little bit more corporate because you're not on campus, you're not interacting with student athletes, coaches on a regular basis. And so for us, getting out on campus and getting to the events, especially the championships, is really what I've enjoyed the most. And so I will certainly miss seeing our student athletes compete and achieve at our conference championships.
All righty. Well, we have enjoyed working with you. I know Mark came by and already given me the 2-minute warning. Now the wrap it up sign right there, though. But we appreciate you letting us be a part of covering your teams and all like that. And I want you to do not forget the rules of retirement. If, what, and when. And that is
I will
how you
remember
have
that.
a successful retirement if you
That's
play by those rules.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. Well, thanks
Thank
for
you.
being here. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate your support of the Big South.
Well, thank you. Well, he's going to get our team picture right here. Coach Tony's going to do that, though.
All right.
So Kyle
Perfect.
Callender is a commissioner of the Big South, and again, we wish him well, finishing out the year strong with a big basketball season coming up, and then I hope that your retirement's as good as mine's been.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Coach Collins.
I'm Jackie.
Hey, nice to meet you. All right, we're going to make sure everybody slides in. We get one big happy family here.
I heard you were the fun.
So you did. This guy's one of my favorites to have. I enjoy. That's true. He's one of my favorites because we've got something in common.
The haircut's great.
That's right. We see the same barber.
We keep it simple.
Yes. Hey, and people don't realize how well we have that, though. My poor wife, that she's got to go get her hair done today, so I'm not getting to go with her to
and
get her
just
hair done.
sit there for hours
and gets that done. And what she goes through, when she gets so mad at me that I just get out of bed and wash my face, I'm ready to go.
Exactly.
I go get it cut when I actually gets to the point I have to brush it.
Yeah.
Or comb it or do something with it other than just dry it off with a towel and
Yeah.
all. That's when I know it's time to get a haircut.
Yeah.
So
it's easy.
It's easy. That's right. That's the route to go.
Simple.
All right. We have got one of our favorites, Coach McGuire, here from Radford, and we have Jackie with him right here. Now, is that Christ or Christ?
Christ. It's
Christ.
pronounced Chris, yeah.
Okay. All right. I wanted to make sure because I'm notorious and one of the world's best at butchering names. All right, I'm going to change the color of the ball. Y'all are red, right?
Is there a red? Something. There we go.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
There's the red.
Perfect.
Got to get that out. Uh-oh.
Ah.
Stop ball.
Dude, multicolor.
Yes. All right, we'll go slow. This is to take the glare off my head on the camera when we can change where the glare of the ball is up there instead.
Double glare right now.
There we go. All right, we're going to see if we can get a few questions in. I'm going to start my clock so that Mark doesn't have to come over here and warn me, give me the 2-minute warning right there. All right, Coach, we're going to go with you first. What made you want to be a coach?
Wow. Well, I'd say it goes back just to my upbringing and the coaches that I had at a young age. Just how they taught me the game, how they taught me to be a good teammate, how to be a good person, and just very positive influences in my life. Sports has always been a positive part of my life, and very blessed to have success playing sports with good teammates and good teams. And I owe a lot of that to the kind of coaches I had growing up in elementary school and then all the way through high school, really. They were very impactful in my life.
Okay. All right, Jackie, we're going to throw it over to you over here. What made you want to be a basketball player?
I think growing up, my mom just always, well, my mom and dad, always put me and I have 5 siblings, so we all played sports growing up. And I think I just got into basketball more so than volleyball and cheerleading and all those other sports just because of the physicality, and I like, the aggression of basketball.
Well, she's pretty. She could be a cheerleader or a model or something like
so
that. But
much.
I'm glad you chose to play the game that we love.
That's right.
And that leads me to my next question is, what do you love about coaching basketball?
Oh, there's a lot of parts to that. I think the biggest thing for me is just watching our ladies learn to grow, develop the right habits, and learn to become the best versions of themselves. I think that's one of our challenges as a coach, is to help them see what they can be and how much they're capable of doing. And if you're fortunate enough now with the landscape the way it is, if you can have a student athlete for 4 years, to see that growth in 4 years is some of the most rewarding things that I've seen. And then if you can win a lot of games along the way, that makes it even better. But just to see their growth as people, what they want to do with their life, getting them to do things that they don't think they can do, I think is a big challenge as a coach. And something I try to help them see and understand, and it's very rewarding to watch.
Okay. All right, Jackie, got a lot of people out there. Hopefully, somebody other than just my wife is watching today right there. I mean, my daughter sometimes watches on our channel out in California. So that's my long distance. So I at least got 2 people that will be watching, though. But if somebody were watching and saw you for the first time, didn't know anything about you, what would be the most important thing you'd want them to know about you?
That's a really hard question.
Deep.
Yeah, this is a really deep question. I feel like I hope they think that I'm kind. I always try to be kind to people. I don't know. Like, that's kind of a go-to for me, but I don't know. Humble, maybe.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
There would be good things to know. They sure would, though. All right. Again, basketball is a game that we all love, and I think it's the greatest game that we have out there. I was a high school football coach, and I cover high school football every Friday night.
Yeah.
But to me, basketball's special than all that. I love the game. I started playing when I was 6 years old, and played or coached it for over 40-something years, and then,
Wow.
now broadcast it now that I'm retired, though. But what do you think makes basketball apart from the other sports, the sport that it is?
I think there's a lot of factors with that too. I think one, I think the pace in which the game can be played, how you've got to think on your feet quickly, how you have to rely on your teammates. I think the conditioning, fitness element as a student athlete is very different than a lot of other sports. Just the continuous playing, sprinting, sliding, recovering, and having to think and execute and to play in a team setting, I think is what makes it special, because it can be demanding at times. It's fast, and but at the same time, it can be a beautiful game to watch. And if you get a group that can really buy into that and love that, I think it's awesome. So.
And it is. And I remember back when I was coaching, I used to tell my players, and I used to do it too, go home the night before game, go home tonight and play the game in your mind, because it's such a fast moving game.
Yep.
Think about the game plan. And I would even think like that. What am I going to do if so-and-so gets 2 fouls quick? What am I going to do there? And because you don't have time during the middle of the game to say, well, what am I supposed to do on this 2-on-1 break or something like that?
You don't.
To where I think that's something you have to do. But I think it's a great sport to play. And, encourage people to play the game every opportunity. I don't play it now. I wish I could.
I wish I could too.
I can still shoot free throws better than probably anybody, because I shot 1 million free throws, but I can't run the floor anymore.
No, I can't either.
You might have to put me in a little chair and wheel me up and down or something like that. We'll do that. Or if we could just play it within a 10-foot court or something.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
I'd be
great.
good.
Oh, yeah.
I'd never be winded on that.
Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite part of playing basketball?
I mean, I just think in general, getting to meet so many people, like off the court. And I mean, on the court, there's a lot of benefits too, but like I just gotten to meet so many people, and it's brought me a lot of opportunities in life. Like, for instance, here, where would I be? I don't know. I think basketball has led me to a lot of awesome things. School, everything, getting, my built-in family, getting to know all sorts of new friends. Yeah, I'd say that's what it's brought me.
Okay. All right. We know society thinks that if you don't win, you're, the loser. That's win, 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 win. You got to do this and that. But what do you think? What is your definition of a successful season?
Well, I think if you can get your team and your whole program to really focus on trying to be the best versions of themselves, can you get them to come together and align and be on the same page towards a common goal? I think we all know basketball demands a lot of sacrifice, and if you can sacrifice for each other and you can build the right kind of habits, and if you're giving the best version of yourself, I mean, to me, that's what a champion is. We all win games, we lose games. You could be in a conference tournament, have a great season, just have one off night. That doesn't define who you are as a person or as a player. Sometimes that just happens. But I think how you go about your business as a team, as a teammate, how you handle adversity, which we all have adversity we have to deal with.
We do, every day.
I think there's a lot of life lessons you can look back after a course of a 6-month season and say, hey, did we did we handle that right? Did we become the best versions? Did we grow the right way? And I think as a coach, yes, we want to win games, but you want to make sure they're learning as young people too. So I think that's as valuable as anything.
Okay. All right, Jackie, I'm going to throw it back over to you right now. Is what has basketball taught you that carries over into being a better player in the game of life?
I definitely do think basketball has kept me disciplined in life throughout high school, college, everything. Like, just in terms of like being able to talk to people, being on top of your work, being early to things, getting your work done on time. I think that's all basketball has brought me, and a lot of other things. I definitely do hope it carries on into the business world whenever I finally graduate. But yeah, I think that it's taught me a lot of those things, and I think it's really beneficial, hopefully.
What do you plan on doing when you finish your playing days?
Oh, that's a big question right now. I'm in accounting right now, but I think I want to go into sales. I don't know. I think I like talking to people, and I don't know. My dad's in sales,
You seem
so
like
I
a
think
people person.
Yeah, she
thank
is,
you.
for sure.
Okay. All right. We'll get back to Coach on this one right here, too, is what are the most important character-building qualities that you try to teach your players every year?
Ooh.
We came up with new questions this
these
year.
are great. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
love this. I think Jackie touched on it earlier. I'm really big on trying to help them understand the value of discipline and how that relates to life. If you're a disciplined person when you get up every morning, I think that just leads to a lot of success in a lot of different ways. You're just having the right kind of daily habits. I think that leads to a lot more fulfillment and opportunity and essentially a lot of freedom in your daily schedule and your daily life. So I think the big thing is I would want them to learn the value of and really the importance of discipline and how that can lead to a lot of things in life.
Okay. All right, Jackie, we're going to ask you a tough one right now. Would you rather be the best player on the team and disliked, or would you rather be the worst player on the team and loved by everybody?
See, I think
There we go.
I think my parents would say I'd rather you be the best and be disliked, but I try to be a people pleaser, so I think I'd rather be the worst, and
Hey, that's what we want, an honest answer. That's a good one.
I'd rather be liked by people because I don't want to be in an environment where people don't like me.
Okay. Well, I've been given the 1 minute warning here, but we're going to jump into the rapid fire questions. These are either or. Would you rather practice early in the morning or late at night?
We heard you say this earlier to someone else, so I think we'd say early.
Early?
Get it out
Probably
of the way
earlier,
every
yes.
day.
I'm not a morning person. I don't function. I'm usually not up by this
Well,
time.
how
of the
early
day
we
every
talk?
day.
Like,
Early would be like a 6 or 7 a.m. practice.
yeah, I'm with you on that one. That's a little bit too early for me. But I know some like it. That's early.
I'm doing good to be up by lunchtime. Being retired now, that's one of the rules of retirement. You can go to bed when you want to, get up. All right, this is the next one then. Would you rather have really cool, good-looking uniforms and play in a bad arena, or really ugly uniforms and play in a state-of-the-art arena?
For sure, ugly uniforms, because as long as you play good, they'll look good. I don't think that I think that the arena is
That's
a bigger
more important.
deal. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. Now, if you look good, a lot of times you
Yeah,
feel good,
that
play
too,
good, right?
but
Yeah.
I look good, play good.
Sometimes when you're playing
and
in a
if you
good
don't, you tell them you're having a bad day. That's the way
That's
my
right.
golf game is. I look the part and go out there and hit about 10 in the lake when we play. That's my golf buddy. We have our own TV series called Two Old Farts in a Cart, where we ride around and talk about what two old farts in a cart talk about in a round of golf.
I love that.
All right, my last question for you today on the lightning round is, would you rather be the mascot for a day or the manager for the day?
The mascot.
Mascot for sure.
The
Yeah,
mascot.
I've always wanted to be a mascot.
The managers would be, they work hard.
They work hard.
I mean, mascot, you put that thing on and go crazy,
Yeah,
and
I
people
could do
might know.
flips. Yeah.
People watch me, they know I'm crazy anyway, but at least if I put that head on, I may be able to do more things with that, though. But we have enjoyed having you with us today and wish y'all the best of
Thank
luck
you very
in your
much.
season. We're going to get the team picture in
Great.
now. That we have our own team picture. Thank you.
Well, thank you for everything.
Good luck to you this
Thank
year.
you. Nice meeting
Coach,
you.
Thanks for
always
being here. It's
enjoy
great to
you.
see
One
you.
of my
Appreciate it.
favorites
Well, I
every
appreciate
year.
that. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all
All right.
have a good day.
Thanks. You too.
We bring our toys. Do you bet my little statue of me when I play? My daughter made that.
luck to you.
Thank you.
How you doing there, Coach? Good to see you again. Good to see you, sir.
Where am I at? Right here?
Hey, Coach, how you doing? Good to see you again.
So we got some Bojangles in here. So we got some Bojangles in here.
I know. I'm about ready for some here. I actually stopped at Bojangles and got me about 5 a.m. this morning when they just opened. We had to leave to come up here, but I had to get me a bacon, egg, and cheese Bojangles biscuit, and that was good. So we're to Bojangles Arena, so they need to take care of us, though. All right, our next coach is the men's basketball coach at Radford. That we have Darius. Let me get that. That's a mouthful.
No, you got it.
Nichols, okay, and Josias Jeffers is with him today, though.
Sir.
So we always enjoy talking to. We enjoy your women's basketball coach and enjoy having y'all with us every year. So welcome back to the Coach's Corner. You're amongst coaches right here, so that's why we don't have any sense. All right, let's jump in real quick, and Coach, we're going to start with you. Why did you want to be a coach? You know it doesn't pay much and stuff like that, though. I did it for 37 years. I guess I was a knucklehead. But why did you want to be a coach?
I just, my major in college was sociology. I wanted to be a social worker. And, because I always wanted to do something to help kids.
Mhm.
And then when I got hurt playing basketball overseas, I was like, how can I help kids but stay involved in basketball? And I put the two together and I got coaching.
Okay. All right, we'll jump over to Josiah. Why did you want to be a basketball player? What started you into basketball?
Yeah, so growing up, I'd say I used to like soccer more than basketball. But going to my private school in middle school, there was no soccer team. So, wanting to be like my brother, he was a really good basketball player when we were younger. So just following his footsteps.
Okay. All right. What do you love most about coaching?
I would say just like teaching life lessons through the game. The game has their attention, but you can teach so many lessons through teams, and I think that coaches don't do a good enough job of teaching how to be part of a team, because anything you do in life, you're going to be part of a team.
Okay. You are playing at a Division I level, which is one of the higher levels of basketball right there. What do you enjoy most about playing basketball?
Just having my competitive nature, competing against other guys, and seeing how my hard work pays off against those other guys.
Okay. All right, Coach, what do you think makes a good coach? What are the things involved in making a good coach?
I think attention to details, discipline, and then just being able to have empathy and ask questions, because I think a lot of times coaches just attack situations without asking questions, and then you end up, doing more harm than good.
Okay. All right. What inspires you to play basketball?
Just waking up and getting better every day, having something that I take serious and put all my focus into, and letting that carry me along through life, teaching me a bunch of life lessons.
Okay. All right. Would you rather be known as a great recruiter or a great strategist?
Great recruiter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got to have those players to play the game.
You can do all the strategies you want if you don't have good players. Yeah.
All right. With that, okay, the basketball lessons that you've learned, how can you apply those, or what if the things you've taught help you to be a better player in the game of life?
Just how to handle adversity. The game is full of random events, so just being able to process what's going on at the time and handling that in that situation.
Okay. All right. In your definition of what you think a successful season is, again, unfortunately, society's not kind, and if you don't win it all, then you're nobody.
Yeah.
But what do you think, and what are you looking for, and how would you determine whether you had a successful season or not?
Like, did we max out as a team? Like, how did we come together? I think last year we started coming together, but it was too late. But I think maxing out as a team and whatever that looks like. Because I don't know what the other teams look like. So I'm just focused on us and how do we max out as a team, and what are our daily habits to be able to max out as a team.
Okay. All right, Josiah.
Sir.
Basketball is a demanding game, and you've talked about adversity and dealing with adversity. Everybody needs a happy place just to go and gather their thoughts and just get away from it sometimes. Where is Josiah's happy place?
My happy place. I would say in my bedroom, resting, meditating even, just also praying, being grateful to what I have and where I'm going.
Okay. All right. That is a great place there. But again, happy places are something everybody's got to find. You got to have one. If you don't, you're going to have trouble dealing with a lot of stress and all like that. All right, Coach Nichols, I'm coming into one of your practices. What is and I'm going to sit down. Tell me what a typical practice is like, what I need to be prepared to see.
We're going to play music. We'll have music in there. We may have some crowd noises.
Do you get to pick the music, or do they pick it?
No, they pick the music.
Okay.
They pick the music. They got to play. Well, actually, it's one of our managers.
Our players never liked the music I picked. I mean, I loved it. And they're like, why do we have to listen to this?
Yeah, you probably killed the vibe.
I played 70s.
That's why. No, it's going to be I always think at a practice, like, what did I like and what did I not like as a player? And what I didn't like as a player, when coaches stop and talk for 10 minutes and then, they expect you to get loose again. So in our practice, there's not a lot of stopping and talking. We do that on the front end.
Mm-hmm.
We're either going to walk through stuff on the front end or we're going to do all that in the film. So it's going to be high-paced, not a lot of, stopping and talking, but it's going to be competitive.
Okay. All right. Would you rather be the best player on your team and not liked, or would you rather be the worst player on your team and everybody loves you?
That's tough.
No, it's not. Why wouldn't they like the best player?
Why wouldn't they like the best player? Yeah, why wouldn't they like the best player?
Well, they may be jealous.
Okay.
That's on them.
Yeah, that's on them. I'd say the best player then. If we're winning games, I'm the best player.
So you're going with the best player, and if they don't like you, that's their problem.
Yeah, and hopefully we're winning.
There you go. There you go. You'll make them happy, won't you? Hey, I like that. I like that thought on it right there, though. What are the most important character building things that you try to do to teach your players?
I don't know. Ask Joe.
Just putting us in difficult situations and seeing how we handle them. If we, complain, get mad, or if we come together and surpass, whatever that block is.
Giving you those challenges every day.
I think maybe when we go in the film room, they never know what's going to happen in there.
Okay.
That was one thing I always tried to do as a coach. I never let my players totally figure me out. Just when they thought that they had me figured out and had me down pat, I always threw them that curve right there. I kept them guessing all the time. All right, we're going to go to our lightning round questions now, the either-or fun questions. All right, would you rather practice early in the morning? I'm not quite a John Chaney one like at 5 a.m. or something, but early in the morning, let's say 8:30, would you rather practice it later at night?
What's late at night?
I'm saying after, say, 8 o'clock or later.
No, in the morning.
Yeah, for sure in the morning.
Morning?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not up by 8 o'clock. I'm doing good if I'm up by 11 o'clock. So that's what retirement does for you.
Yeah.
You have your only rules of what I want to, when I want to, if I want to.
Yep.
You go to bed when you want to. You get up when you want to. All right. This is another good one right here. Would you rather have really cool, good-looking uniforms and play in a bad facility, or would you rather have a state-of-the-art facility and have ugly uniforms?
State-of-the-art and ugly uniforms.
Yeah, for sure. I second that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was a one, you look good, you feel good, you play good, and with that though, and then I don't carry that over to my golf game too, to where when you go out there and you look great, you got on your Tiger Woods outfit and everything, and you go out there and you hit the first tee shot in the lake and next one in the woods and all like that, and you just try to make everybody think I'm having a bad day. Yeah. They never know. All right, let's go on next. The next question right here is, would you rather be the mascot for a day or the team manager for a day?
Manager.
I go mascot.
I'm a mascot on that one though.
Yeah.
Manager, that's a hard job.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're the mascot, you got that the suit on.
But you got that suit, and you can do anything
do whatever
crazy,
you
and
want.
nobody knows who's in there. There you
Have
go.
y'all been in one of those suits? Have y'all
They're
smelled
hot.
one of those suits?
I have. I have been in all kind of suits, but that is fun on that though, where you can do crazy things and you can get away with it in there, because that's what mascots are supposed to be, stupid and do those things. All right, player question right here.
Okay.
Last player question for you is: would you rather play, and it's an either or? Would you rather play in the first 30 minutes of the game, or would you rather play the last 10 minutes of every game?
I'd say the last 10 because it matters how you finish.
That's
the
the
game.
game's on the line. I
Yeah.
agree with you on
Crunch
that.
time.
And my last one for you, would you rather be a forgotten coach with a winning record, or a famous great coach that never won the big one?
Famous great coach that never won the big one.
Okay. All right. That's it right there, though. So, guys, you have survived the Coach's Corner with us today, and wish y'all the best of luck this coming season. We've enjoyed having you, and have a great day. Thank you very much.
Sir.
Yep. Thank
Good
you,
luck
guys.
to you. Thank
Appreciate
you. All right. That was fun. That was enjoyable. Y'all have a good day.
Hey, you too.
Yeah. Women's coach from High Point.
Hi, Chelsea Bamer.
Very kind. Hey, Jay.
Good, how are
Nice
you?
meeting you, man.
How are y'all doing today?
Good, how are you?
Dick Cox.
Nice to meet you.
Very kind.
Nice
Hey,
to
Jay.
meet you.
Nice meeting you, man.
Thank you.
We're putting the beauty outside and the beast in the middle here. How's that?
How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good, good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Hey, we've come up with all new questions this year. I
Dang,
worked
I was
hard.
prepared.
No, that's why I was telling last coach, I was telling Coach Nichols, that when my players, just when they thought they had figured me out, I always threw them a curve. So we've got a whole new list of questions that we've got, and we got Coach Banbury with us from High Point today. And would you like to introduce your player you have with you? We're going to slide in, make sure we got everybody in here where we can see these beautiful smiling faces.
Yeah, well, we have Skylar Curran with us. She's returning off an injury last year. We're excited to have her.
Okay. Well, we're going to jump in right now. I'm going to start the clock here so that Mark doesn't surprise me when he comes and gives me the 2-minute warning. I can kind of judge what we're going on right here. All right. Coach, what made you want to be a coach?
What? Ooh, that's good.
That's a good question.
You know, I liked basketball ever since I could remember. And, you know, my dad would say that even when I was a baby, he could have me on his lap and have a basketball game on, and I would be content for, as long as the game was on. The commercials would come on, I'd get fussy, game would come back on, and I'd be fine. So, really I wasn't for sure until I was a graduate assistant. My former boss gave me an opportunity to finish my master's after I graduated, and I started as a graduate assistant and, loved it, and he offered me a position and still in it.
All right. Well, it's kind of interesting that I enjoy the women's teams doing that a lot of people don't realize this, but I was a part of history at USC Upstate that I was the first paid assistant coach for the women's basketball program.
Oh, wow.
That I was just finishing up as a student there. I was on basketball scholarship, and I had coached with the men, was an assistant coach with the men, and they offered me the opportunity to go over and be a paid assistant with the women. And so that's my claim to fame with Title IX. I had a part in Title IX. All right, Skylar, we're going to jump over to you and ask you, why did you want to be a basketball player?
I don't know. I think it was kind of similar since I was a kid. My dad played professional hockey, so we watched all kind of sports always, and he also loved basketball. My mom's dad played basketball at Wake Forest, and my uncle played at Catawba. So there's a lot of basketball players in the family, and I guess just ever since I first picked it up, I was good at it, and I like to try to get better at it always, and I stuck with it.
So
Here I am.
You got it in your blood. There you go, like that. All right, I'm one that thinks that basketball is the greatest game and all. What do you think sets basketball apart from other sports? Why is basketball the best game out there? That's in my opinion, because I coached football too, but I was a longtime basketball lover and still am.
One, it's very much a team sport, but it's also one of the fastest sports. There's so much scoring. You could watch a football game, and at the end of the game, I'm a Broncos fan, so this is the end of the Broncos game.
You haven't been watching
it's
too
10
many
to
of those.
13.
Or 21-3.
Or watching the grass grow in between plays.
So, I think basketball is special in the sense that it's fast and there's so much scoring, but there's also so many adjustments that you can make throughout the game and on the fly and stuff like that. And, at some point, maybe it's like a chess match, and other points you're letting your kids go up and down. So I think it provides a lot of excitement, and it is the best game.
Well, I think I think that basketball, you've got the best athletes out there playing. Football, you can put a big old fat 350-pound guy out there to take up space, and that's his job. Yeah. And some people say that's what you do with a post player. You can do that with them too, but they got to get up down the court too, right there though. But I just think that basketball is the best game, and again has been a part of my life all my life, and have enjoyed every minute of it. And speaking of enjoy what do you enjoy most about playing basketball?
I like that it's also it's changing every day. I think she mentioned like it could be a chess match at the end of the game, and especially sitting on the sideline this past year, I think I've started to appreciate a lot more the game planning behind it and things like that. So I think that makes it fun, and I like to shoot the ball. So
there you go. Never met.
And she makes it easy for me to do that.
Shooter's gonna shoot.
My philosophy was always when in doubt, let it fly.
Oh, that's what
the second part of that was when in doubt, shoot a brick.
Yep.
So
you never know.
Throw
it up there and hope it goes in.
It's not going to go in unless you put it up there.
Exactly.
So that's the way. Probably she's looking like, don't tell her that. Don't tell her that.
No, that's fine.
Let it fly.
Yeah.
All right. What do you love most about coaching?
What do I love? Interesting, huh? No, I do love the chess match and the thinking that goes into game planning and all that, but I do love the relationships, and it can be stressful. Obviously, this is our job and our career, and you have to win, but I want the game to be as much fun for the players when they go through as it can be. I think we play a fun style. I understand that there's pressures in games and stuff, but I love that we get to give student athletes the opportunity to play a game and earn their degree. So I think that's awesome.
That's the part what you said is what I miss being a retired coach is the players, that and the good times that we had, the fun and all the teaching of the game and the players. And that's why I still keep up with my players as much as I can, though. But that's what I miss most about being a former coach right there. All right, let's jump over next. What has basketball taught you that makes you be a better player in the game of life?
I think you're with, no matter what team, high school, college, you're with a group of people and everybody's different. So I think that that's helped me a lot in the sense of learning how to talk to people, learning what different people respond to, learning that everyone has probably gone through something or has something going on that you don't know about, and they still wake up and they're out there doing what they're supposed to do every day. So I think just in a sense of just like being more of a people person, I think that it's taught me a lot of valuable lessons, especially the past 5 years.
Okay. All right, Coach. Unfortunately, society puts on us, you got to win, you got to win, you got to win. And to me, that's not the most important thing. How do you judge a successful season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we all get into this profession because we're competitive.
Right.
There's not a coach or a player here that doesn't want to win. But we had some setbacks last year. But I was really proud of the fact that I think we got better throughout the season. You know what I'm saying? And teaching our girls to work through things and different things like that. That's a successful year. Did we get better? Did the players learn something, whether it be about themselves or their teammates or just, how to work through things. So.
Okay. He has given me the 2-minute warning, so I've got to jump into our lightning round questions. All right. The first, these are either-or questions.
Okay.
All right. Would you rather practice early in the morning, and I'm saying about early in the morning, like around 7:30, 8 in the morning, or would you rather practice late at night, say 8 o'clock or later?
Definitely in the morning.
Same. Morning.
I don't function in the morning. I'm retired.
I'm in bed at 8 o'clock
I'm retired.
at night.
I'm normally not up. Yeah, well, I would be probably just getting up about now. So that's the rules.
Get your day started early and get it over with sooner.
Okay, I got you there. But I just don't. When we used to go to camp and play games that I just, 8 o'clock game, I couldn't yell at my players because I felt worse than they did. I just can't get up and go. All right, would you rather have cool, beautiful uniforms and play in a bad arena, or would you rather play in a state-of-the-art arena with ugly uniforms? Because I know y'all got a state-of-the-art arena.
I really don't care.
I don't either.
We get to play.
Not that Millis was a bad arena, but I feel like we've done both.
Okay.
Luckily.
But we got cool uniforms
And
a
the cool
state-of-the-art
arena.
If you got that, you've hit a home run.
We've got both.
All right. This is a good one right here, too. Would you rather, for one day, would you rather be the team mascot or would you rather be the team manager?
Team mascot, no doubt. If they didn't know it was me.
Yeah, are they going to know it's me?
Hey, you got that head on. You can
Yeah,
go
no,
crazy.
that would be fun.
I mean,
I could
unfortunately,
do that.
I'm crazy and I don't have that. But if I can put that thing on and get away with things they get away with,
Yeah.
As long as they watched
I
it,
go
would
for
do
that. All right. This one for you right here.
Okay.
Would you rather be the best player on the team and not liked, or would you rather be the worst player on the team and loved by everybody?
I think I'd rather be loved by everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Last one for you right here is, would you rather be that forgotten coach that had a great record and won a lot of games and all that, or a famous coach that never won the big game?
Oof, I wouldn't want to be famous, so the forgotten coach.
I got you. So the ones where you've won a lot and just done it quietly, though.
Yep.
We'll never forget you, though. Don't worry.
We'll never forget you. We won't forget you. And we'll probably have
I'll
some
call
more.
you.
Yeah.
We'll get some more questions for you for next year. How's that?
Sounds good.
So we appreciate you coming and being with us today. Wish you the best of luck in your upcoming season. Coach Tony's going to take our team picture now. Thank you, ladies.
Thank
Good luck
you.
to you this season.
Thank
Enjoyed
you.
having you.
Thank you.
you. Good to see you again.
You too. She's a golfer. You do that.
Are you a golfer?
I am.
You need to come ride with us in a golf cart sometime. That's my golf cart right there, but we'll make you a special guest.
Okay.
So, what do you usually shoot?
Below mid-90s. We're close to getting to high 80s. We're close.
Short game. She'll crush it, though.
Yeah, I
Well,
can't,
we just right
can't
now
putt very well.
of just enjoying getting to tell the stories and being out to the side enjoying the scenery.
Yeah.
Is all that
No, I'd love to.
Come join us sometime.
Let me know when I'm there.
Okie dokie. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Good luck, thank you.
It's probably actually sitting
All righty.
No, because that was on the way back, wasn't it? Yeah.